Look, I've been with My Hero Academia since the beginning of it, since the journey of the anime. I've been waiting for a My Hero Academia console game since I could potentially remember. But that being said, My Hero Academia's One's Justice has been on a wild journey, from some others saying the game looks underwhelming to some thinking the game is phenomenal. Now we finally get the Japanese version of My Hero Academia One's Justice, and seeing people like Avataryaya, even pro players playing it, such as Infiltration and Nakiel and many others, you think this game will be like the hypest shit of all time. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. No. Today I'll be talking about the problems with My Hero Academia's One's Justice, from the story mode to the game modes to everything. I decided not to review the game because I feel like I would just be saying the same thing over and over about the game, but rather I want to talk about the problems with the game that potentially Bandai Namco could potentially fix on release with this game. Now, let me get right into that. Let's get it.
Hold up. Yeah.
Swirl.
Number 1, the first problem with My Hero Academia's One's Justice is the story mode. Now, it's 2018, and generally fighting game story modes have either been lackluster or really well received. Prime example, Mortal Kombat, to most anime games being pretty decent with this story mode. Prime example, why this story mode fails is that there's nothing extra to it. It's literally regurgitated information you could have just Googled off of Wikipedia. Like, it's that bad. There's no quick time events, no button prompts, nothing intuitive to get you excited to play the story mode if you weren't already a My Hero Academia fan, and pretty much most of the gameplay screenshots are literally taken directly from the anime. Nothing unique, nothing extra, nothing special. Reason why this is a real hindrance is because story modes decide and also help a lot of newer fans and newcomers want to play the game and dive into the series on a bigger level, and even joining the My Hero fandom. The issue with the story mode is literally you fight, you get cutscenes, not even cutscenes, you get slideshows of episode panels that you've probably seen 1,000 times, because you know if you're a My Hero fan, you probably watched each episode twice in English or dub by now. Whoever knows, you watch it 1,000 times in one type of format, and it's pretty lackluster. The story mode in this game is really bad. The first Naruto Storm game, and people want to say, well, name a game that was good on its first time. The first Naruto Storm game had cutscenes and freaking cinematics, button prompts off rip. Dragon Ball Xenoverse was pretty cool with it too. You want to even go back? One Piece Grand Adventure was kind of fun, and that was the GameCube, chibi version of One Piece, and they had cinematics out the wazoo, and the opening was heat as well. So if you want to go on the test of time with that whole ideology against me, like name a game, first game or first installment is good or not, stop it. Now, before I even go any further in this video might be a little long, so get your fried chicken, popcorn, and whatever you may need. But for a My Hero game, this is actually a pretty cool product. However, when you look at it overall and compare it to other video games, it's kind of mediocre. And I'm going to say about like a 6.5 to like 4. Those are about 2 rages right now. Gameplay is fun, but there's some problems, some deep problems there that a lot of people are not talking about. Alright. Number 2, let's talk about the online. The online for My Hero Academia's One's Justice is atrocious. Now, you're probably like, yo, chill out. Is it laggy? Is it garbage? That is the least problem I was expecting. The online for the game, when you actually get into a match and once you actually connect, it's pretty flawless. You barely get any lag. The only time you get a lag, you may get a hiccup, but you won't get anything that will hinder your whole overall experience of fighting other players online. The only time you truly get lag is if just the whole game was just laggy from the beginning, and if your friend or whoever you're playing with didn't have good connection, that's the only way you're going to have a laggy experience online. However, now I'm about to roast this online, dog. It is 2018. The game does not have an invite button. In order to play with friends, you literally have to invite people and put up a passcode for them to join and fight you. There is no online spectator lobby. The first Naruto Storm game, and I'm comparing them to a realm of arena fighters. So hear me out. I'm using the more popular ones at their beginnings because My Hero, you've entered the realm of being popular now. So I'd rather use the popular ones. And either other games like Dot Hack Versus had invite buttons and online lobbies with spectating and stuff like that in the past. It's 2018. This game missing functions and buttons and stuff like that is so annoying. And what makes this is more frustrating compared to all those other games is that in this game is made by Viking. They make competitive online games and MMOs all the time, or at least action adventures where you play up to a lot of players at a time in a battlefield, more than you will ever have in My Hero Academia's One's Justice, and they have better online menus and stuff like that for those games. So like Viking, what happened with My Hero? Did y'all just forget, or did y'all like not do it? And the most frustrating thing is that this game has also been said to be made by ex-Marvel vs. Capcom developers and stuff like that. So I'm just like, what happened with your like competitive ideas for this game? Did y'all think it not needed or something? So that's all I'm talking about with the online, right? So that is so bad. The online is just okay, but it works. So I'm not really too pissed off about it. Now, let me give you the rundown on the part that I really dislike about this game and a lot of people are missing. Let's talk about the gameplay. It's not about it being simple or whatever, because, you know, I guess simplified arena fighters, fighting games, whatever you want to call it, that's in the wave. Hence Dragon Ball FighterZ, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, potentially the next Guilty Gear game, and other games in the future. I'm going to keep it a stack though, that in this game, it is really unbalanced and unfair. Now you're probably like, yeah, what does that mean? Let's start off with the number one problem with me personally with the gameplay, just guarding. Now, just guarding is a mechanic to where if you block or hit the block button at a specific time, it halts all the opponent's movements. I apologize for the background noise, by the way, because there's stuff going around in this neighborhood, and we got like the SWATs and stuff. We don't have nothing to kill them. But anywho, just guarding is where you sit there, you block, you time it perfectly, and it stops the opponent's movement. However, that's not the case. In My Hero Academia's One's Justice, when you perfect block, it doesn't stop their movement, it just stops the first hit of their combo string. Prime example, let's use Deku. Deku has like a 3-hit thing, right? So, if you perfect block the first hit, it doesn't stop Deku. If he keeps mashing after you perfect block, you can still continue the combo. You have to perfectly do it all the way through of his whole combo string. And that's really hard to do online because the online component in game is good, but not amazing. It's not flawless. You have a little hiccups here and there, and it's just frustrating trying to specifically perfect block everything. So you're going to catch an L, you're going to get hit, right? So just guarding in this game is bad compared to other anime or arena fighters is because with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, you have perfect blocking. Hence, you perfect blocked, they hit you, boom, you gain the meter, you gain the advantage, and they push them away, resetting the game to back to its normal state. In Naruto Storm, when people mashed, people in Storm back in the day, you could chakra dash or you can substitute. One, that was one gimmick of that game you could get out of. And two, in later iterations, you had a counter button, which stopped their opponent's movements and changed the game. Because, you know, that's how it worked. In One Piece Burning Blood, there was a mechanic called Logia and things of that nature, where you could get off opponents and stuff like that. It felt like in those games, they may have been somewhat of arguably some controversial or broken opinions about them being broken, but at least there was a way to almost get out of almost every situation. Here, I feel like I'm just going to lose if I even try just guarding. I'll tell you right now, don't even try it. Now, the worst part of the gameplay that I actually hate, and I hate this one with a whole T, My Hero Academia One's Justice kind of pisses me off with the wall splatting. The wall splatting, to me, is so unfair and unbalanced because everybody doesn't have the ability to do it instantly. Prime example, Deku will have a hard time trying to wall splat somebody compared to Shigaraki, where he has a grab and he can just throw you into the wall freely, you know, and you get a wall splat. Now you're probably like, yeah, I thought that was a cool mechanic, I thought you didn't have a problem with it. So one, I'm already on the way with a lot of people like, why the hell are we flying and floating in the air? And two, why are we just sitting there on the wall in the first place, because you know that really barely happens in My Hero. I think only like once you've seen somebody get knocked into a wall, and that was probably like early season. So the issue with wall splatting is that some characters, it's unbalanced because some characters can do it freely, and wall splatting puts you in a state of invulnerability. Pretty much, you just get a free combo off of them, and they can't do anything about it. There's no burst option. There is no way to get out of it unless you use your sidekicks. The thing about using sidekicks in My Hero is that if you played the game, sidekick supports are not like any other game supports. You really have to either build them up on your own, because they take forever to come back on their own. Think about the supports there compared to like older video games that have supports. I think this is like the lowest and slowest way they come back. So once you get wall splatted, you just losing damage because you can't do anything about it. And literally when you get wall splatted, the opponent can literally go make a cheeseburger, buy some Rihanna tickets, fly to Kentucky, to Canada, to Japan, come back, and still watch all seasons of Simpsons, and they'll still have a successful wall splat on you. And by the time, because the game makes it to where when you're dashing at them in the air for a wall splat, you have enough time to still hit them, even if you're on the other side of the map. All you gotta do is jump, air dash, and you get the free follow-up. My big issue with this game that really kills it for me, and it makes it frustrating to keep playing against good people online, is the imbalances of air fighting. The game is floaty, and most of the time in the game, you're going to be in the air. Like, you barely have grounded combat. Think about it. If you've played this game, you're going to be either on the air for most of the match, somebody's in the air most of the match, at least 90% of the match. And the issue with one's justice is that you can't guard in the air, and there's no actual animation in the air for just guarding. Sometimes you literally just mash it, you get lucky, but if you say you just tech out, like an aerial recovery, in the game I want to say aerial recovery is good for is freaking Kingdom Hearts. You're probably like, why are you bringing up Kingdom Hearts? Because this is the best way for me to explain this to you guys. Kingdom Hearts, when you get hit, you tech out of it, and you are invulnerable for some time being. In this game, you tech out of it, and if they dash at you, they beat you all the time. Or if they're mashing at you in the air while near you, they literally can dash and just start mashing the combo again, and you're getting put back into the wall. It's just a loop of the same thing. So literally, I even played some of the best players on ranked, and they told me like, yo, like, I'm just going to play Todoroki or Dabi, or a character that can zone or have large hitboxes or have armor like Hiroshima, because I don't need to worry about getting in that situation. I can literally just outzone you and win every match. And that's a bad game design move, because literally that makes only 3 characters viable. It's just like if we were playing Smash 4 and everybody was okay with, hey, there's a Bayonetta, and then there's a Sonic. You get what I'm saying? That's literally how this game looks to me, and it's frustrating on that regard. That's all I'm gonna talk about. If y'all want me to go in depth, we could talk on my Discord. I can explain it to you even more. I'm just talking about the general problems with the game. I don't want to make this video too long, but this is not even a rant. It's just something I want Bandai to see potentially and possibly fix in the future with My Hero Academia's One's Justice. A lot of characters are broken. Like, it's like bad. Like One Piece Burning Blood had a few characters that was just downright stupid. But then there was characters here that's like, everybody here just seems extremely broken but Deku. Literally. Like, Deku and Bakugo are the only characters that don't seem extremely broken. Like, minus All Might, and everybody else just seems ridiculous. So, tell me how you guys feel. Comment, like, subscribe. My Discord link's in the description. Follow me on Twitter at avataryayaTV. You guys are golden, and that is raw. Squall!